audience. It just seems like they're nicer than the last. In fact, you guys are so nice to me. I'm afraid I'm getting a little spoiled, frankly. Yeah, you know, I don't endure enough hardships hosting this show. I don't, and it worries me. I don't want to go all soft, lose my edge, so I thought that this might be a good time for me to toughen up a little bit. Now, I watch these reality shows like Survivor, Amazing Race, Eco Challenge, and honestly, I think I'd fit right in on one of those shows. In fact, I'm thinking of auditioning, but I thought I'd try it out first with you people, kind of do a dry run. So I isolated myself in the office, just me and the elements, to see how long I could stand it. I don't want to brag, but I think I did a pretty good job. Gentlemen, roll the film.
Well, this is my video diary, day 1. These are the ground rules I've set for myself, people. No television, no phones, no computers, no reading, nothing. Communing with my inner nature. See what I'm made of.
God, I'm bored. Wow. Woo. Okay. Now what? You call yourself a pillow?
I have a new friend, everybody. Hello, Milky. Hello, Megan. How are you today? Fine. The fruit is out to get me. Megan, I think you should burn your office down. What, Milk? Nothing.
I think I might be hallucinating. This morning I thought I saw a giant hot dog.
No, you didn't.
Remember when I was kind of freaked out by a giant hot dog? Well, now we're friends.
Fly with me, giant hot dog.
You like that hot dog?
Like that?
What trivia betrayed me? Oh, sugar sweet kisses. I'm a pretty girl, Mama. I'm a pretty girl. The rescue ships! I smell like a horse. Ahoy! Ahoy! We're getting out. We're getting out, Milky. I can't take it anymore. I haven't seen my friends. I haven't seen my family. I'm missing Project Runway. That's it, Milky. We're going. Gotta get out. Sweet life. Oh, God. How long was I in there, Daly?
30 minutes.
We can always say we did it together. Say we call me. Sweet life.
What can I tell you? Woo! Yeah. I mean it. That was cathartic. I think I'm ready. But are you? Now, when it comes to surviving, there is one thing that most ladies have a hard time with, and that's dating. So, since I am clearly a survival expert, I thought I would take a few questions from our audience. Starting with you. Hello there. What's your name?
Hey, Megan. I'm Andrea. And
Hi,
I get
Andrea.
really nervous on first dates. Any tips you could give me?
Ah, yes. When I used to go on first dates, I would boost my confidence by dressing up. Here I am. Dressed as a banana. Yeah, who's next?
Hi Megan, my name's Mary Jane. Quick question for you. Now, how do I let a guy know that I'm interested in marriage without being too obvious?
Ah, that's an easy one. What you want to do is send a subtle signal. Now, next time your boyfriend comes over, tell him you want to slip into something more comfortable, and then come back wearing this. Laura.
I was wondering, what do you do when you're out on a boring date and you're trying to get out of it without creating a scene?
Oh, that's a good one. The best way, I feel, is to come down with what I like to call sudden sleeping disorder. I think we have a shot. Yeah. Oh, he was having so much fun. Isn't that sad? It wasn't working for me, though. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Hi, Megan. My name is LaPrisha, and sometimes I get confused about which fork to use when I'm on a dinner date. What should I do about that?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, figuring out which fork to use, all of that stuff, is always very confusing. So I simply order finger foods. I think we have a, yeah. Oh, so satisfying. Well, my date doesn't look very happy. Well, I don't care what anybody says. I do loves me some chicken wings. Anyway, if you follow all the advice that I've given, you'll be walking to the altar in no time. Worked for me. Oh, look. So happy that day. What a beautiful day. Happiest day of my life. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. Before I forget. I learned so much from my survival challenge that you guys saw that I've decided to try it out on one of my guests. Now, I locked Tim Daly in his dressing room 48 hours ago. So, I bet he's going crazy. Let's check in on him, huh? All right, looks pretty calm. Huh.
Checkmate.
What?
Damn. You got me again, dog.
Sorry. I'm really looking forward to you on the 9.
Come on, rematch. I'm not losing to a hot dog.
Wow. Yeah, well, serves you right, Tim. Chess is against the rules. Well, in any event, Tim Daly is going to be out of that room and here with me in just a few minutes. We'll let him out. We're going to spring him. Also on the show today, we have Domino magazine. We're going to help you do some big decorating on a small budget. Actress Jordana Brewster is here. There she is. Oh, she's darling. She's just darling. And later, you guys are going to get to compete in our first audience dance-off. Yeah. Woo! And shake our booties. Now, we've got a creative challenge on my website called Homegrown Stories, and I've asked viewers to send in tapes telling me all about their hometowns. And guess what? You did. So, today, I'm going to share my very first homegrown story. It's from Emily Hardy of Bayou, Portage, Louisiana. Take a look.
My name is Emily, and I want to take you on the grand tour of my hometown, Bayou, Portage. This is the actual bayou that my hometown is named after. It's got your usual kitchen appliances, dishwashers, refrigerators, ovens. That's where I got my new laptop. Now this is not proper footwear for Bayou Portage. This is. They also come in white, but you can't wear white after Labor Day. This is my car. Here in Bayou Portage, our weekend activities consist of cruising our airboats, and crawfishing, swimming in the bayou. God, I still wonder what takes it to TV.
We've got Emily on the phone right now from Bayou Portage. Hi, Emily. I loved it. It's so great.
Hi, Megan. Thank you.
Oh, it's a great video. I'm so glad you sent that to us. Now, I have to admit something that's kind of embarrassing. I'm not exactly sure what a bayou is.
Well, a bayou is very, very similar to a river, except it's a little more narrow, it moves a little slower, and it's very, very muddy.
Okay, so is it always kind of damp around there, like the ground's kind of muddy so you can't wear the high heels?
Well, it just rained that day also when I filmed the video.
Oh, okay.
But, it is very muddy, and it's very, very hot, too, very humid.
Okay, and so you eat a lot of crawfish there. What does that taste like? I've never had that.
It tastes very much like lobster and shrimp, but the way we season it, it's a little more, it's not as bland, and it's very, very messy depending on how you prepare it.
Gets all up under your fingernails and everything?
Yes.
that finger food that we were talking about. Now, what else do you do when you're not eating crawfish?
Well, you saw the video. There's really nothing. We don't have no movie theaters, restaurants, shopping malls. We just have a lot of trees.
How far do you have to go to get to a mall?
It's about a 30-minute drive.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I think your town looks great, and your video is fantastic. Thank you for sending us your story, Emily.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, right on. I love that. All right, so that's good. One viewer down. Check her off the list. Just a few million more to go. So, to share your homegrown story, go to my website at meganshow.com. Now, stick around, because we're going to be right back with Tim Daly. Well, we let our first guest out of the dressing room, which is good, because I want to talk about his brand new show, The 9, which premieres tonight. Please welcome Tim Daly.
Sorry.
Oh, I lost. What happened?
It was that hot dog
What
thing that got
happened?
me all riled up.
I lost consciousness
Sorry.
for just a moment. I wouldn't mind losing it again, however, if you'd like to repeat that.
good.
That would
Yes,
be.
sure.
Can you be on the show tomorrow?
Of course I can.
And the next day, and every day thereafter.
Thank you, baby. It's good to see you.
That was really nice.
I'm very, very proud of you.
Well, thank you.
You know, we're on Wings together one day, and then they name a show after you. It's awesome.
I know. Now, we have known Tim and I have known each other for quite a while. We know each other better now than ever before. I must say. You know, I always wanted to kind of get all up in your business like that, but I never really had the opportunity, so I'm so glad we could share that
With
on national
people
television.
of America, yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay, it's all settling, it's settling, and I'm back.
Good, okay.
All right. So, not only did I do an episode of Wings, but we did another show together that you were starring on before that.
Almost Grown.
Almost Grown. That was a great show.
It was an awesome show. It was David Chase's first series,
And
who created The Sopranos fame. And I recall we had a great time on that. And I always thought you were really talented. And I knew you would go someplace. And you've done very well for yourself.
Thank you, Tim. That's so nice. Well, you know, when I did that episode of Wings, I had a pretty big crush on you and a couple other guys on the show. So, I mean, you were married, so I kind of, move on to the next actor.
Well, I'm still married. It's been forever. I was married before I was born.
Well, if that's married, then I'd hate to see what divorced is.
Oh, no.
That's
how you can tell I've been married for a long time.
That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, I want to see, we have a clip from when I did this episode of Wings. It's so frightening.
This is terrifying.
I just want everybody to focus on my hair.
Okay.
And, yeah, it was partially for the character, I must say. Now, I was in the very first episode after the pilot, and my character had it was the first one.
Wow.
My character had a crush on you, and I was the town pump, she was described as. And we went out with me. It was a sort of a pity thing. And
I'm sorry.
I thought that you were really loving me, but you really weren't. And this is when I'm lowering the boom. I'm leaving you, I think.
Okay.
I've decided to move to Boston and get a fresh start. Be strong. Eventually you'll get over it.
Well, it won't be easy, but I'll try.
That's my Joe. Well, goodbye. And thanks again. You're the first guy who ever treated me like a lady.
Wait a minute, though.
So crazy.
Your hair? What about my hair? I mean, did you see that hair? You didn't tell me? Now I'm angry.
I'm sorry. We didn't want you to walk. So, you know, I was also doing that voice that I wanted to sound like this actress Glenn Headley, because she kind of talks really funny like that. And I remember getting taken aside that week that I was on your show and told that they were going to fire me if I didn't stop doing the voice, but I just kept doing it, and they didn't fire me. They should have fired me, because that wasn't really very, that was
No, actually,
weird.
they came to me and I said, you know, you can't fire her. She's really too talented.
I'm going to kiss her someday on her talk show.
That's
so
right.
We got to keep her around.
I had a vision.
Now, you don't live here. You live on the East Coast?
I live in Vermont. I'm sort of like...
That's convenient.
Yeah, I know. I make it as hard as possible to have a career, but I seem to manage it somehow. And it's, you know, it's really bizarre, because I live on this farm, and I travel back and forth all the time. And the latest thing that happens to me continuously is that I go to the airport, and they have this... fly to Albany, New York, and they have this new machine that you stand in, and it puffs air at you.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently, I am always carrying some sort of explosive device.
Yes.
Because...
Well, you're known for that.
Yeah, I come out, and they immediately snap on the rubber gloves, which strikes fear into my heart, and they start frisking me, right? So they're up in, you know, sort of my crotch area saying, oh, and they're like, would you be more comfortable doing this in private? I'm like, no, what the hell, go for it. And they're frisking me like, really look forward to your new show, The 9. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Easy on the thing. Yeah, can I get an autograph from my wife? She was a big Wings fan. Yeah, oh, sure.
Just real quick, I had an inappropriate story involving this man, Tim Bagley, who was a recurring guest on Will and Grace. He was having a hernia operation at one point, and they were shaving his lower region. And as the nurse was shaving it, she was saying, he knew she was on, that he was on Will and Grace. And she was saying, so what's Karen like?
Oh, wow.
And he just said, she's very nice.
Okay. Yeah, he wins. He wins.
Peek at the 9, Tim's new series. We'll be right back.
Don't just watch the Megan Mullally Show. Be a part of it.
Hit it. Could have been better. Well, welcome back. Tim Daly is here. Now, tell us about your new series, The 9. It's premiering tonight. Right?
It is, yes. It's about 9 sort of random people who happen to be in this bank when it's robbed. And the robbery goes horribly wrong. They end up being held hostage for 2.5 days. And the series is really about how these people are, how their lives are affected by surviving this situation together, and how their relationships are altered, and their lives are changed forever. It also has this underlying mystery, because you don't find out. You get little pieces of what happened in the bank as the series goes on.
Oh, good. Okay, so let's see a clip.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't hurt him! Keep your hands where I can see him! Don't hurt him! On the car! On the car! Where were you hit, detective? No, it's not my blood. A woman has been shot. She's back there. Get her out of here. Go!
I saw it. It's really great. I hope you guys can all check it out tonight. Now, it's so funny. I remember this about you, Tim. Years and years ago, I remember you saying to me that you couldn't wait until, this was like 20 years ago, you couldn't wait until you got older, because then you could play, you'd be all old and grizzled, and you could play the character, guys. Just what? Better looking than ever, right here. It just gets better. But now that you're older and you don't look like an old dried apple, aren't you happy?
I'm happy with whatever I get.
Yeah.
You know, I get. What am I going to do? Light my face on fire? I don't think so.
No. So, in addition to the 9 and Wings, you were also the voice of Superman.
I was the voice of Superman for quite a while. And it was really a great gig, because someone had to keep America safe. You know, might as well be me. But it was actually funny because I remember one time on that, when I was doing the show, Al Roker came and interviewed me, and I got in trouble with Warner Brothers. I'm about to get in trouble with them again, but he said, "What's it like doing Superman?" And I said, "You know, Superman is kind of a Boy Scout. It's the bad guys that really have a good time because, you know, Superman is mostly making these sounds about getting hit with laser beams and girders and trains run into him." And I said, "I do a lot of grunting and screaming and straining noises." And I said, "You know, come to think of it, it's a little disconcerting to know that the children of America have a pretty good idea what I sound like in bed." Yeah, so...
Would you like to give us just give us a sampling of...
More? Didn't I? Just, you couldn't hear it.
Now I'm just being greedy. Now I'm just being greedy.
Yeah, you got to save some for next time I'm on the show.
Oh, my, yes. And that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
We've
sure.
agreed. Oh, okay. All right, make sure, check out The Nine tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Up next, it's all about decorating on the cheap with Domino Magazine. You don't want to miss it. I've often thought that if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, I might like to be an interior designer, which is just one of the reasons why I am such a fan of Domino Magazine. This magazine is so full of great ideas for your house. Now, one that I really loved was how you can glam up any room without spending a ton of money. And here to show us how to do just that is Domino Magazine style editor Chassie Post.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is fantastic. You know, seriously, I am so obsessed with this magazine, and what I do is I'll go through and I'll flag the pages, I'll dog-ear the pages of the stuff I like, and then I go back through and I tear those out and I save them in a file, but it's like so I get done, I have the whole magazine in my hand because I've torn out every page.
Megan, that is such a huge compliment.
Oh,
I mean,
love
especially
it.
coming from you, and we are major fans.
Oh,
we
thank
love
you.
your show. Thanks for having
glad.
us. And like you said, Domino is all about accessibility. We want to demystify decorating. It should be fun, easy, creative, not intimidating.
Yeah.
We're about the cult of a happy home.
Yeah. All right, now so what's the secret to making our homes a little more luxurious without spending a ton of bread?
Well, sometimes it's as easy as changing a lampshade.
Yeah?
Sometimes just add a little bit of sparkle. A little bit goes a long way.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's look. Let's start over here.
Great.
This is so cute. I love this.
Well, thank you. This is super shiny, metallic silver wallpaper. Now, metallics, believe it or not, they're the new beige. Now, they act as a neutral. They go with absolutely everything. And it reflects almost like a mirror. I mean, we can practically see ourselves, and nothing is more glamorous than that.
And you can just do one wall.
Just one wall. You don't have to do an entire room. This makes quite a statement in any room.
I love it. Yeah. Now, and then what's this little number right here?
Well, this little number is a Crystal Chandelier, and you're not going to believe it. It's only $99.
No way.
People are so intimidated by chandeliers because you think they're so expensive, they're difficult to hang. But
where is that from?
This is from Spectrum Lighting. But you can get chandeliers at almost every major retail store, from Home Depot even to Lowe's.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a lot more affordable.
I love that. It's
Opulent,
beautiful.
for
Yes,
sure.
Very opulent. Speaking of opulent, I see a little faux fur here.
Yes. Now, faux fur has come a long way. It looks so real. It's super soft. And believe it or not, it's practical. Not only does it make everything look luxurious, but you can throw it in a washing machine. Now, one of our editors swears this trick changed her life. She spreads it on her sofa, chairs to protect it from kids and pets.
The dogs and the cats. And this is how you do it. You just throw it on there and it looks
Just
really, yeah.
throw it.
You don't have to fold it and lay it out all nice and tidy.
Even I can do this.
And this is catching my eye, this red coral.
Yes, this red and our faux zebra rug.
Oh, that rug I love.
Well, they've become a decorating staple.
Well, now you told me, I asked you before where this is
Yeah.
from. This is from Urban Outfitters, this rug.
Urban Outfitters, and I tell you, it's $68. And you know what zebra rugs say? They say exotic and rare and expensive. And this is just not the case with this one. It's a decorating staple. Almost every designer's house I've ever been in, you'll see one of these.
If you're a college student or something like that these days, you can have a really rockin' dorm room. That's all I'm saying, because you can get really great stuff now, like really high style for not a lot of money.
For sure. And now, glamour from the sea, the red faux coral that you spoke of. And now, this is just one of the major trends. Anything from the sea. You can take seashells that you find on the beach. This is only $36. It looks super expensive.
And this is not real.
No, it's not real. And you guys even have coral on your bookshelves over
there
here.
There is real coral, girls, in the world. It's under the sea.
And so, you know, great domino styling trick. You just put it on top of a stack of magazines. You're good to go.
Cute. How about this over here? This is really great.
Well, nothing looks more important than a big old piece of art on the wall. Now, art doesn't have to be expensive. This is just a piece of fabric. It's been wrapped around a simple frame and staple gunned. Now, it's not a major craft project. It comes as a kit.
Oh, it does. Oh, where is that from?
Well, this is from textilearts.com, and it's it comes with the fabric, it comes with the actual frame. All you need is a staple gun.
I took a piece of a Suzanne rug or wall hanging, and I cut it in half, and I framed it, and I put it in my dining room.
Fantastic. You can use something you love at home and do the same thing. $65.
I love it. And what's this little area down here?
Well, we got some shiny lacquer boxes. Great way to keep storage stylish.
Well, I saw this the pig here. Now this is an objet d'art, as they call it.
Yes, it is a giant gold pig, and this is bling for the home for sure.
Well, I brought you. I heard about this, so I brought you. This is my wallet right now. Is this little felt pig? Because pigs are in, apparently. So.
Totally in. Animal motifs even make it into Megan Mullally's purse.
There's a lot of stuff in there. You'd be surprised. I'm going to put Tim Daly in there later. What have we here? Because, you know, lighting, that's so important for the girls. You got to look good.
Boy, it does make us look a little glamorous. And so sometimes a high-end decorator look is as easy as changing the shade. Now, we got the two lamps are exactly the same. One is wearing a sad beige, too small shade.
Oh, how sad.
I know, but we changed it out and put on a beautiful silk chocolate brown, sort of pagoda-shaped shade. This lamp is $29. It makes it look super expensive.
And then it'll cast a great light. I love that. That's fantastic, Chelsea. I feel like I've just read an issue of Domino magazine. Thank you for all that great information. Now, if you want to learn more about where you can get all these items you just saw, go to our website, meganshow.com, or check out the October issue of Domino. When we come back, actress Jordana Brewster is here. I love it. Starting this weekend, my next guest goes head-to-head with Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. Take a look while I close my eyes. Terrifying.
I know, I heard everyone scream. I'm so happy. Yay. Cool.
So you love those. You love the horror movies.
I did. Well, I love this. I've seen this one twice, and I love it.
Really?
I love it so much, yeah.
I think I'm too scared to go see it, probably.
It's really gory. For the first time I saw it with my best friend, and she was like, I'm not having dinner tonight. I'm not. It's really, it's really gross. It's pretty violent. It really is.
Was it weird when you were filming it? I mean, seeing a lot of blood and guts and things on the set?
You become kind of desensitized. Because, I mean, initially you're like, okay, this is disgusting. And then you start poking at stuff, and you're like, you just get used to it, I think. Really
That's so funny. You know, I have a hard time going to scary movies because when I was little, I'm a very sensitive girl. And when I was little, my cousin, who was 16 at the time, or 15, she tricked me into going. She told me she was taking me to a Doris Day movie called The Trouble with Josie. And she really took me to this really violent movie because all her boyfriends were going to be there. And I threw up all night. It was sad. So
At
now,
the theater?
No, when we got home and I was like, time for bed. Yeah, it's not good. So I've just been a little gun-shy ever since. And I don't think this is the good reintroduction.
Don't start with this one. Yeah. No. Or maybe rent some videos, and then on Friday you can maybe...
Well, you know what I saw? I did see the original Halloween movie and Psycho, and those are okay for me.
Oh,
but
then you'll pick. Maybe.
But they're not as gory, I don't think.
You're right.
They didn't have the special effects that they have now.
Well, this isn't... Yeah, okay, yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not going to... I will not take responsibility.
Because people love horror movies.
They do.
I have a lot of friends and a lot of girlfriends who love them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think it's fun for girls too, because it's like we like challenging ourselves. Like, are we going to be able to watch it, and are we going to, want to like hide from the screen? And I mean, it's so much fun watching it with the crowd too. And I just saw it in Austin, Texas, where we shot the film, and it was so much fun watching it with an audience. And I mean, I was sure people were going to vomit on me, actually, speaking of puking, because we were at a multi-level theater. And
careful who's sitting behind you.
Yeah, well, we were at this place called the Alamo Draft House, where they serve beer and food, and they were serving barbecue, and there's like cannibalistic scenes in this movie too. I mean, it's hardcore. So yeah.
But you didn't start out doing this. You actually started on a soap when you were 15, right?
I did.
Which,
yeah.
As the World Turns.
As the World Turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I heard that you auditioned. You kind of talked your mom into letting you audition, and then you got...
Well, initially my parents didn't... I told them, I was like, Mom, Dad, I really want to be an actress. And they were like, that's cute, okay. And then I got an agent, and then they started taking me seriously. And then I told them, now I have to sign a 3-year contract. And then they freaked out, and they said, absolutely not. And... But I begged and pleaded, and I kind of struck a deal with them where I said I'll go to school and I'll try to get good grades, and I promised to go to college.
And then.
And I went. Yeah, I went.
Where'd you go?
Yale.
Oh, well.
I did.
It's nice that you managed to go to college.
I did.
At Yale.
I did.
What did you major in?
English.
Oh, that was what I.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my focus too. Oh, that's so great. So you studied. This section over here is, they're drunk. Well, they're drunk. We passed out, we did a test where we just passed out alcohol to this one little row. Nice. Just to see what would happen. Now, you have a new puppy, right?
I do.
Oh, cute.
A little lab.
A little lab, how old?
Now she's 10 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
How's that going? They're hard to train, the little puppy. Oh, cute.
I know. She's impossible to train. She's untrainable, I'm convinced.
Why? What is she doing?
I mean, she eats everything. She reaches everything. I mean, she's pretty small, but she can reach everything on the kitchen counter. I mean, and she's also really methodical, I think. I mean, initially I thought she's 6 months old. I'll get that she eats my favorite shoes and my favorite bags, and
it's like she's got a game plan.
Now she does, yeah. Now it's like one book, and she just tells me that she's upset whenever I leave her alone, I think.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Bring her next time, and then she won't be all alone, and she can nibble around on the set. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning is opening on Friday night. After this break, my audience is going to get their freak on for prizes and an audience dance-off, so don't miss it. People love to dance, let's face it. Many of them in public, and my audience is no exception. So, I have decided that it is time for my first ever audience dance-off. Audience dance-off. I've selected 4 people from our audience who think that they can really shake their booties. Okay, here's how it works. Each dancer has the same amount of time to strut their stuff, and when they hear this sound, time's up. All right, then the studio audience is going to vote for their favorite, and of course, wouldn't be daytime television unless there were prizes. So the 3 runners-up will receive Polaroid DVD players, and the winner will receive an iPod Nano. Let's take a look at audience dancer number 1.
Hi, my name is Liz. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Morgan Hill, California, a little small town. I've grown up dancing. I've danced since high school, and I love it. My favorite reality show is So You Think You Can Dance because they're amazing. And a little quirky fact about me is I get paid to wear harnesses and helmets.
Come on out here, Liz. Come on out. There number 2.
Hi, my name is Mimi Bloom. I'm from Fresno, California, and I'm 31. Fresno! My favorite reality is Flavor Flav in the house. Yeah. My favorite, the quirkiest thing they say about me is my laugh. I don't think I laugh funny.
Let's welcome Mimi. Mimi, come on out here. Here she is. Woo! She's getting a head start. All right, now let's meet audience dancer number 3.
Hi, I'm Paulette Melton. I'm 61 years old, and I'm from Pasadena, Maryland. I love dancing. It's just great fun and exercise. My favorite reality show is Survivor, and the quirkiest thing I've ever done is not really anything, but it's just being here on my birthday. I was 61 yesterday. This is just the icing on the cake for me. Thanks a lot.
Hi, I'm Krista from San Dimas, California. I'm 24. I've been dancing since as long as I can remember. My favorite show is Project Runway. Go, Michael! And I sell soap for a living, so I make people smell good.
Okay, and last but not least, Krista. Krista, come on out. Hello, ladies. Okay, now that we've met everybody, it's time to get down with the get down. All right. In the studio audience has a ballot. They're going to vote during the commercial break, and when we come back, I'm going to announce the winner of the first audience dance-off, so don't go away. The audience has spoken, and it is now time to find out whose moves impressed you the most. Drum roll, please. And the winner